So I'm sure most of you, if you've been in the church for any length of time, you've probably heard this one. But Jesus came to fulfill the law. Yeah. So they think that means did away with. This is probably one of the most rampant ones. And I've got a few scriptures here. I'm going to thumb through the Bible and show you kind of what that actually means. It does not mean, oh, no, I got a little kitten here trying to jump up with me. That does not mean done away with. And I'll show you through these other scriptures what it actually looks like. And then some of them actually expound on the royal law, which I'll kind of just touch on a little bit. So the first one I want to go to is Luke 24:44. And this is, I think, the verse that Christians like to use to say and justify that the law and the commandments have been done away with. Again, because they don't have any clue what the difference between Mount Horeb and Mount Sinai, the sacrificial law, and Mount Horeb and the Ten Commandments were. They don't know the difference here. So it says, "These are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled which were written in the law of Moses and in the prophets and in the Psalms concerning me." I mean, it doesn't take a theologian to read this and realize he's not saying to do away with them. He just had to fulfill what was written about him. See, fulfilling means accomplish, do. And I'll show that here in these other scriptures. So the next one is John 15:25. And it says, "But this cometh to pass, that the word might be fulfilled that is written in their law, they hated me without cause." Okay? So this shows another one that it had to be accomplished, right? So then we'll go to, let's see, Romans 8:4, that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us who walk not after the flesh but after the Spirit. So let's put that into Christianese here, shall we? That the righteousness of the law might be done away with in us who walk not after the flesh but after the Spirit. Do you see the ridiculousness now of the Christians thinking the word fulfill means done away with? Like, it's unbelievable. Then you've got Romans, let's see here, Romans 13, verse 8 and 10. "Owe no man anything but to love one another, for he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law." Okay, so let's put this into their context. "Owe no man anything but to love one another, for he that loveth another hath done away with the law." Like, what? Fulfill means to do it. And what he's talking about here is the royal law of loving your neighbor as yourself. I've done a video on this. It's Leviticus 19, 15 through 18, with an emphasis on verse 17 and 18, because you rebuking the sin in your neighbor is loving them enough to keep them from sending themselves to hell, because they're breaking God's commandments. You see, you fulfill that law when you do it. That's how this goes. Verse 10, "Love worketh no ill to his neighbor, therefore love is the fulfilling of the law." I mean, let's put it into their context again, because this stuff cracks me up when I read it like how they think it means. "Love worketh no ill to his neighbor, therefore love is the doing away of the law." Like, this is very plain, folks. Seriously, this is so simple. Just read the dang scriptures. Read the scriptures and realize everything the Christian church says is apostate. You cannot go by their doctrines.